Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. In this video, I want to cover the topic of short selling and making sure that you understand what it is and why it's so important and why it matters so much to us as traders, to us as investors, from many different ways, but mainly at the core from simply what I would call, a flexibility standpoint. And I'll get more into that later on, but understanding short selling, something that you need to be aware of. I'll leave it up to you if you want to partake in it, but you need to be aware of it and understand just the general idea that it does exist and that these opportunities are available out there. What really kind of prompted this video was a very solid question that I got on YouTube up here, and it comes from Sal. Hello, Clay. I'm a bartender with an interest in learning to make a few hundred or more a week trading. Here's the question. Are you scared of bear markets? A bear market meaning a situation where prices are going down, values are going down, or can you continue to make money in a bear market or even another crash like in 2008? So again, a very wise question. Clay, as a trader, are you nervous that if there's another crash, then what? Or are you able to actually still make money when markets are going down, when values are going down? And the answer is yes. You absolutely can make money when a market goes down, when a stock price goes down, and that is what short selling is all about. Short selling, as bizarre as it may sound, means that when values go down, and a value could be a stock price, it could be just the overall market, anything that has a value or price, and that value and price is going down, your profits as a trader actually go up. Now, if you're like me when I got started, when I heard short selling or going short, or hey, somebody is short, I thought that meant you buy and then you sell like 5 minutes later because it was a short trade. You weren't in it for very long. I thought it had everything to do with the time aspect, but no. Short selling, first thing you need to understand about it, has nothing to do with time. It has nothing to do with how long you are in a trade or in an investment. It has everything to do with values and how those values operate. Meaning, again, when a value goes down, when a stock price goes down, your profits as a trader actually go up. Now, if you're interested in more of the nitty-gritty details of, wait a second, how's that even possible? What's going on behind the scenes of that? I'll link a video down below in terms of going into the nitty-gritty details. But for this, the idea here is just to get you to understand that this overall idea, this overall concept does exist and really should be considered by you as a trader, because I brought this up earlier, but it has everything to do with trader flexibility. What do I mean by trader flexibility? Well, let's look at it like this. Here you are. And right now, let's say maybe you're just learning about it, and that's fine. The way that you make money is the typical buy low and sell high, right? So in trading jargon, that would be going long. So if you've heard somebody say, hey, I went long, that does not mean, again, a time element. Well, that means I plan on holding for the next 10 years. That is not what going long means. Going long means that you are looking to make money when prices go up. So again, buy low, sell high, the stereotypical saying out there. That would be going long in trading jargon. Again, no time aspect. But think about it. So that means that the only way you can make money is if prices go up, right? So going up, only way that somebody can make money in that regard. But the key thing here is that if you understand short selling and how to implement that, now all of a sudden you can make money going short, right? Just to reiterate, has nothing to do with the time element. So what can a price do? At the core, think about it. A price can either go up or down, right? That's the two things. Well, I guess a third thing, a price could just go sideways. But up or down is the only two things that a price can do. So if all you are doing is going long, then think about that math. You can only make money 50% of the time, right? A stock price can go up or down, and if you're only looking to make money when values go up, then you can only make money 50% of the time. But if you incorporate in short selling and going short, now all of a sudden, if values go down, well, who cares? You can still make money. Or in other words, what you've done is just increased your flexibility. Instead of only being able to make money 50% of the time, now you actually have the opportunity to make money no matter what the price is doing. Or in other words, are you scared? No, there's no need to be scared. A well-rounded trader, a trader that understands short selling and going short, doesn't need to be scared of anything. They don't need to be nervous because, well, if a bear market does show up, if values start to drop, money can still be made. And that is just pure power. That is, a pure asset in terms of giving yourself peace of mind and flexibility. I am not saying that you just run out there and start shorting and short selling, but the point here that I want you to understand, and that why this stuff matters, is because that is very powerful when you can go from, well, I can only make money if prices go up, to now you can make money if prices go down. So what you see here on the screen are some results of short selling, and this is from just a few days ago. And it's because I get it. It's one thing to sit here and talk in theory and say, hey, yeah, this is what short selling is. This is what's possible. But I mean, does it actually work in the real world? And yeah, it absolutely works in the real world. A few days ago, to use jargon, I went short on Tesla, meaning I wanted to see values go down. I thought the price would go down, and it did go down enough to, bring right there just shy of $1,500 profit from, again, prices going down, which is very bizarre to think that I made $1,500 when Tesla stock actually went down in price. But that's why you need to understand. That's why I want to make you aware of this whole idea of short selling and just the flexibility and power it can bring. But let's do one more little aspect here in terms of, again, there's one thing between theory and reality. Let's look at another bit of reality. Some quick background context. I do offer a community at claytrader.com called the Inner Circle. And part of that community, part of the service is that every week I'll send out my personal scans through a newsletter. And that way members, can kind of get a jump start on the week. They can figure out where some profitable setups and such out there, in the markets are potentially at. And part of that newsletter that I send out has this section down at the bottom. Maybe you caught the word shorting for profit. If I've done my job right, you now know that, well, shorting for profit would imply that in this section, you are looking for prices, again, to go down so that profits as a trader go up. So this section here was part of the newsletter from the week of 9/16/19. So idea here, all right, well, let's see actually what played out in the real world. And in this situation, I actually alerted to members the overall market. If you're a little newer, SPY is an ETF that just basically tells you what the entire market is doing. It's reflecting what the S&P 500, how that is acting. And I alerted that as something where, things are looking a little bit shaky here. There might be some money to be made if the markets go down. So in a very literal sense, to circle back to the overall question here, this is exactly what Sal here was asking about. Hey, what about the markets as a whole? Not necessarily just a stock, but what happens if the entire market, goes down? Could you still make money? And yeah, absolutely. And you'll see how this played out here. But let's take a look at SPY again. That was the week of 9/16. Before I go any further, let's once again establish a reference point. Think about maybe how you actually viewed the market before you're watching this very video, or how other newer traders out there, newer investors who have no idea what short selling is and don't even understand about the concept in general, how they would view this price movement that we're about to see here. They would view it as, oh my goodness, the markets are going down. And from a very practical point of view, what you're about to see, this is when you start reading the headlines and the nightly news. Oh, the Dow Jones, oh, the markets are going down. And the media, they love to breed fear. They love to just all this negativity out there when these prices are going down. But that's when, because it's not like the markets, or it's not like the nightly news is going to say, hey, but it's okay because you can, there's this thing called short selling. And if you understand it, everything's okay. Well, no, that's not what they want to talk about. They want to make things as fearful as possible. They want to make as much drama as possible. But now think about it, that when prices go down and where you're positioned knowing that you can make money from that, what you're about to see is actually not so bad, because you should be thinking, and hopefully you're thinking, well, I mean, that doesn't really matter. Okay, I see what's going on, but I mean, does it matter that the price is going down because I can still make money? Oh, the price is going up. Well, that doesn't really matter either because I can still make money. But again, this is what the chart looked like when I sent it out to members of the community with the overall idea of, hey, you know what? There might be some opportunity here available to make money from the market literally going down. So let's see how this all played out. And you can see that this is how the first few days played out. So, patience is required. And then you can see right there, prices started to go down. And then prices started to go down a whole lot more. And then prices eventually did recover back up a little bit. But think about it. Alerted to members up around here, and then the markets for a couple weeks literally just pulled all the way back there, which was a pretty deep movement downwards in a relatively short amount of time. But, I mean, that doesn't matter, right? Okay, yeah, it went down. Everybody could have still made money. In fact, members were positioned very well to make money. They were well aware of all this via that alert and from the newsletter, and everything was still okay. And that's the goal of trading, is to look at situations and see this and be like, okay, I mean, usually I'd be scared, like, oh wow, that was there were a lot of people that were probably scared. Same with this. That was a pretty nasty move too. But once again, if you understand short selling, okay, then you should be looking at that and saying, okay, well, I mean, there's still opportunity there to make money from just going short. And that's power, that's flexibility, and that's what you want to be after as a trader. So why does short selling matter? Well, it just gives you peace of mind knowing that whatever a stock price does, whatever a market in general does, you can still make money. And that's very, very critical to being a well-rounded trader, and something that, like I said, if you're just getting started in trading or you're new, I would assume that is a goal that you're after, to be as well-rounded as possible. And short selling plays a very, very big role in being a well-rounded trader. If you do have any questions or anything, please leave them down in the comment section below. Like I said, I'll link a video to, how is it even possible? I'm still struggling to wrap my head around you being able to make money when values go down. Like I said, I'll put the link down below for that video. But if there's any questions about anything, let me know in the comment section. If you did enjoy the video, hit that like button and, check out the channel as a whole, and hopefully just decide to subscribe. Lots of other videos on it. But yeah, if you want me to keep making more educational type videos like this, then like I said, hit that like button, check out the channel, subscribe, and, let me know your thoughts. But thank you for hanging out. And once again, get out there and start to learn more about short selling, because it's what you need to have in order to be a well-rounded trader.